Gun used by 6-year-old to shoot teacher was purchased by his mother. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The gun allegedly used by a 6-year-old boy to shoot his teacher at a school in Newport in Virginia in the U.S. was legally purchased by the child's mother, officials said. The boy took the firearm from his home to school in his backpack on Friday, according to Newport News Police Chief Steve Dew. The teacher was providing class instructions when the 6-year-old child displayed a firearm, pointed it at her, and fired one round. The teacher was shot in the chest through her hand, the chief said. However, she is in stable condition and she seems to be recovering. The Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions has made it clear that groups does not intend to renegotiate the wage deal signed by the government, despite discontent being expressed by some unions under the umbrella of the Confederation. In an interview, JCTU President Helene Davis White asserted that a majority of public workers represented by the Confederation are totally satisfied with the new pay package. She said those members who have expressed reservations about the new wage package are primarily traveling officers. General Secretary of the National Workers Union, Granville Valentine, earlier called for a re-examination of the compensation package for public sector workers. He argued that a number of workers and agencies are yet to have their salaries properly adjusted, and many still do not understand the government's method of calculation. Mr. Valentine said the government and unions should head back to the negotiating table to get a better deal for the workers. And with the new Road Traffic Act scheduled to come into effect next month, the National Road Safety Council is again expressing concern about the continued increase in road deaths. A record 488 road fatalities were tallied last year, with the council advising that this number could increase when the final figure is calculated at the end of this month. NRSC Vice Chair Dr. Lucien Jones says the early signs for 2023 this year are worrying. He said at least 8 people were killed on road accidents so far this year. St. Catherine South Police commanders have heaped praises on their Special Operations Unit and counterparts from Hanover after the capture of yet another accused cop killer who tried crossing police divisions to elude lawmen. Tevin Pasley, St. Catherine South's most wanted since August 18 of 2021, who is accused of the brutal murder of Corporal Delvin Jackson and a friend, taxi driver Kenroy Chandler, who were shot and killed in Big Lane Central Village, was apprehended all the way in the Lucy Market in Hanover on Wednesday in a joint operation. The operation was also conducted at Pasley Home in Logwood, Green Island, where a firearm and ammunition were seized. Pasley was first tracked to St. Thomas, where it was said he was in hiding after the double murder in Central Village in St. Catherine almost 16 months ago. A man was murdered at his home Monday morning in Frankfield, Clarendon. And investigators reported that about 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday, 47-year-old Giovanni Parkinson was at home in Park Hall District with his family, including his mother, who was just visiting from the United States when he heard strange sounds outside his house. And it's reported that Mr. Parkinson went outside to investigate when he was attacked and chopped to death by an unknown assailant. Meanwhile, a 28-year-old businessman of Westgate Hills in St. James was charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition following an incident in Gordon Crescent in Granville in the parish Tuesday, January 3rd. Reports from the Granville police are that about 9:20 p.m. a Toyota Corolla motorcar was signaled to stop at a vehicular checkpoint and a search was conducted. And during the search, one Glock 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 6 9mm cartridge were found under the floor mat of the driver's seat. The driver, Ricardo Downer, was officially charged on Thursday, January 5th, and his court date is now being finalized. Meanwhile, 2 Chinese nationals received minor injuries following a brazen robbery attack by gunmen on Kendall Road in Mandeville on Monday. Head of the Manchester Police Superintendent Shane McCullough confirmed that the incident happened mid-morning. He said police investigators believe that the gunmen were after cash, which was being transported by the 2 Chinese men. Reports are that the gunmen tried to get the Chinese men to stop, but instead of stopping, they sped up and the gunmen opened fire on their vehicle. They were grazed by bullets, but escaped any serious injuries. A gunman shot one of 2 men and fled with more than $30,000 but left behind a loaded magazine during a robbery on Sunday morning. The high drama took place in Red Ground District in Old Harbour in St. Catherine. The 20-year-old injured man has been admitted to hospital while his friend escaped injuries after he promptly fled the scene. And police reported at about 3:35 a.m. both men drove up to a premises after attending a wake at Barton's district in Old Harbor when they were pounced upon by a man armed with a gun. The driver of the vehicle immediately fled upon seeing the gunman, leaving the now injured man behind. The police said the gunman stole $35,000 from the vehicle, took the remaining victim further up to the Red Ground main road near Halstead Spring, shot him in the head, and fled. The police were summoned and found a man suffering from gunshot wounds to his head. He was rushed to the Old Harbor Operations Support Unit Hospital where he was admitted in critical condition. The police, while processing the crime scene, then discovered that the gunman had left behind a Glock magazine containing 16 live 9mm rounds. Cuteness Summit, a 28-year-old farmer of Red Hats Road in Port Antonio, Portland, has been arrested and charged with wounding with intent following an incident that occurred in Duncan's Hill in the parish on Wednesday, December 28 of last year. Reports are that about 8:30 p.m. on that date, Summit's girlfriend went to a relative's house to pick up her child. Summit allegedly showed up at the location and started accusing his girlfriend of cheating. An argument developed between them, during which Smith reportedly pulled a ratchet knife and stabbed the female multiple times all over her body. The injured woman was taken to hospital, where she was admitted for treatment. Smith was then arrested and charged on Saturday, January 7th, and his court date is being worked on. On to sports. Cavalier defeated Humble Lions 2-1 in their Jamaica Premier League game Monday evening at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. Andrew Vanze opened the scoring in the 21st minute for Humble Lions, but a brace from Colin Anderson in the 49th and the 63rd minute fueled a Cavalier comeback, extending their unbeaten run to 4 games. Cavalier remains in second place but now moved to 19 points, which is 1 point away from leaders Mount Pleasant. Meanwhile, Dunbeholden FC moved closer to a playoff spot after beating Montego Bay United 2-0 at Westport Park on Sunday. The result condemned Montego Bay to a 5th consecutive match without a win. With this win, Dunbeholden's third of the season saw them move to 12 points, the same as MBU, but Dunbeholden have a better goal difference and are in 7th place, which is one above the St. James Base Club. While being pleased that his team continues to hold firm in the Jamaica Premier League, Portmore United head coach Philip Williams bemoaned the lack of conviction on the attackers, which resulted in a dull, goalless stalemate with Tivoli Gardens at Stadium East Field on Sunday. Portmore United, who inch up to 15 points and provisionally in 4th position, have only scored 7 times in 9 games, yet have conceded a mere 3 goals, the fewest of any team, which means that their defense is playing good, but the forwards are not. Their record now stands at 3 wins and 6 draws. So we're going to give you the Sunday's result. We have Tivoli Gardens and Portmore played to a 0-0 draw. Falkland and Molynes played to a 2-2 draw as well. Dunbeholden were 2-0 winners over Montego Bay United. Vere and Chapelton Maroons played to a 0-0 draw, while Waterhouse walloped Harborview 4-0. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite community radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.